non-commissioned officer?
No one is more professional than I. I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. As a non-commissioned officer, I realize that I am a member of the time-honored Corps, who is known as the backbone of the Army. I am proud of the Corps of non-commissioned officers, and will at all times conduct myself so as to bring credit on the Corps, the military service.
It was so powerful. And everybody understood, right, at that point in time, truly, what it meant to be a non-commissioned officer in the United States Army. And it was a sense of pride.
My two basic responsibilities will always be uppermost in my mind.
First of all, I would say surround yourself with people that bring value to your life. Don't be so caught up on the people that may talk about you behind your back. There's a reason why they're back there. Be the best you that you can be. Well, my father served in the military, but it wasn't the main influence, right? I think it introduced me to the military, but at the same time, I think I was at a point in time in life where I just needed to do something with myself. I think really what I was trying to do was find purpose, and the Army really kind of gave me that purpose. And I think like most soldiers, right, when they join the Army, they're just kind of figuring things out, and then it becomes more than just a job, it becomes a profession. And here I am today, never thinking that I'd be working on $1 million aircraft when I was a young knucklehead. I'll tell you, aviation is probably one of the best branches in the United States Army. There's a lot of great moments in 3CAP, a lot of great moments, but I'll tell you, I think the one moment which I just really felt just an awesome connection with the formation, right, is when we did that brigade run. But when we came back and the fire trucks were shooting the spray in the water, and we all went underneath that, you could feel a sense of just pride and just happiness and joy in the formation and the culture of positivity. And to be able to share that with everybody, that was an awesome feeling. So the other awesome feeling within 3CAP memory-wise is when we did Backbone Week, the very first one that we did. All great training, right, to develop our non-commissioned officers. But the most powerful moment to me out of that whole week was when all the non-commissioned officers were sounding off with the creative non-commissioned officer, right, in the gym. It was probably the echo that made it even more intense, but it was super powerful, and everybody was in sync. And everybody understood, right, at that point in time, truly, to me, what it meant to be a non-commissioned officer in the United States Army, and it was a sense of pride. I think the non-commissioned officer creed really gave me a foundation of something that I could believe in and hold on to and knew exactly what was expected of me as a leader. I think our physical ability, who we are, gets us so far. And at some point in time, you have to evolve. And when I say evolve, I mean evolve in a way where you're growing your leadership mind, your mindset, and how you see leadership and how you interact with people. Now, leadership is hard. It's not easy, right? Not everybody gets it right, and that's okay, as long as we learn from it and then we inspire to try to be better. So leadership, I think at some point in time, is no longer a physical thing, but is more of a mental thing. When I got selected to take over a maintenance platoon, they were not in a good place. They were in a place where they just needed support, morale, motivation, drive. And for me to be able to come in there, I knew I had a challenge. At the same time, I was a staff sergeant, and I was taking a platoon that was 100 plus soldiers. So it wasn't about the grade or the rank that I wore, but it was more about who I was as a leader, as a person that was able to come into that platoon and be able to make a change. And to see that platoon grow, I always had that moment with me for those soldiers, from where they were to where they became. And that's probably one of the most moments that I cherish in my career. Because a lot of soldiers ask me, hey, Sergeant Major, how do I get to your point? How do I get to your level? I really don't know, to be honest with you. I just felt that I needed to be the best me that I could be every single day, because what inspired me was my soldiers, right? They were my passion. They were what drove me to come forward every day to bring the best that I could for them. You taking care of your formation is extremely important, but when you have your own child in the service, you start to think the leaders that are going to lead your child. And then you want the best leadership for your child. I say, hey, son, you got to do something with your life. So you're either going to join the military, you're going to go get a job, or you're going to go to school, right? But ultimately, it was him. As long as he was pursuing something towards positivity. So he came to me one day. He was like, hey, Dad, I think I want to join the service. I came back from the Philippines. I was doing a mission over there. There was a Gray Eagle unit that was attached to us. I've never really interacted with them. But knowing my son's character, I said, man, that might be a great job for him. So they came to Hawaii. I brought him over to the Gray Eagles. They did a walkthrough with him. He came back and he was like, this is what I want to do, right? And I was like, son, are you sure? This is what you want to do? And he's like, I'd rather have the job. The job means more to me than anything. First off, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be here without my wife. We're a team together, and she helped me achieve where I'm at today. It wasn't just me. And not just my wife, but it was every single soldier that I've ever encountered, every mentor that helped mentor me along the way. Because you surround yourself with good people. I'll tell you, my mom's, right? She helped groom me. My mom's made me who I am, right? She was a solid rock. You know, I was born the year of the dragon, so she used to always say, hey, you're a dragon. Don't ever forget it. Push through hardship, life's challenges, and you're always gonna come out on top, right? Be strong. And my father was always just a loving one. So ultimately, when I look back on my life as a kid, I think I put them through a lot. I just hope they're proud of me. But as time comes to an end and I take off this reef for the last time, I'm really looking forward to just kind of, first off, spending time with my family because my family wasn't here with me. And secondly, I'm going to 8th Theater Sustainment Command, which is, I've never been outside of a combat aviation brigade, so I'm actually really excited to go to that job and look forward to kind of changing things up. But other than that, I still got a couple more years left. I'm in it to win it to the end. You know?
100%.